What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Boit, and I'm back with game number 2 of the Divine Intervention Finals, Grand Finals. Yes. Spawning in the left side of the map, playing as Poseidon. His name is Shelty, his opponent today in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Yoshii. It's actually the third time Shelty rolled Poseidon versus Ra in this tournament, and he has not had luck with it thus far. He's tried 2 very different strategies against Ra in this tournament. With his Poseidon, he went with a really, really nice Cyclops strategy against Yoshii, and then he went with a Hippocon all-in against Chemo, and both Yoshii and Chemo were able to hold. So we'll see if he's going to come at this game with maybe a slightly different approach, and we'll see how things are going to result here from this one. But I'm excited. First game, Shelty kicking it off with a bang. Incredibly well played start there. I do see in the chat, I will be upfront about this one. Shelty and Yoshii have played this series, but I don't know who won. You don't know who won. So while it's technically not live, I don't know the results. So I'm watching this basically live, and maybe you can tell me if this is not cool, and I'm totally open to any of that criticism there. But one thing that I have had quite a bit of criticism is that the quality of certain games not being great due to networking problems between certain players. So we want to ensure that these players, once we get to the big parts of the tournament, get to have the best opportunity to play at their peak, so we can see the best games possible. So that was a decision. So if you guys don't like it, let me know, and we can start having a think about other ways to go. But also, when Retail comes out, we won't have to worry about this anymore. So we have a bit of a yay for that. Anyways, we'll see how things are going to go. Alrighty. Cows coming in for Shelty. The map starting to reveal itself. It's got a decent amount of hunt on it over these parts here. It's got a good amount of hunt in the main base as well. These are my favorite maps playing as Ra and playing as Egyptian in general. The maps where you have enough hunt in your starting base to kind of get yourself whatever sort of opening you want. If you want to go for a Bast 2 monument, you can do it. If you want to go for a fast town center, you can do it. If you want to go for a fast farm 2 town center, you can do it. If you want to go for a classical fight, you can do it. There's nothing here to say, well, because of the starting hunt, it's just that strategy just wasn't possible. It's one thing that I really, really like about these types of maps. Now, we've also got in the center of the maps something very, very strange. You've not only got these 4 pillars of cliffs here, but we've also got this line of trees acting as a really weird wall going through all of the pillars in the middle. So this is a bit of a strange map in terms of like how that's going to work, and we'll see if the players are going to kind of realize that while there is a bit of a defensive resource here, there's only really like 1 tree blocking this position out. So if somebody decides to wall up to the tree and wall across to the cliff here, you can break through that kind of sneakily by chopping down a tree in the middle of the map there. Anyways, monument to the villagers coming in. We do see a Bast option here from Yoshii. Now, I will tell you a little bit of the secrets about what I've been thinking about with Ra. And it's, well, when you do the math on a Shadoof fast farm, the amount of resources you save from getting Shadoof and basically from getting Shadoof doesn't actually end up being a crazy difference between just not getting Shadoof, just building farms. Shadoof, while it does save you some resources, you can actually get away with a fast farm off of 2 town centers with the right map going through Bast. So I'm interested to see if Yoshii is actually going to be going for this. Now, he does have hunt on this position, so he doesn't need to go for a fast farm either. But an interesting idea. Obviously, Shifting Sands is one of the stronger god powers in the game. Eclipse, not so much, but if you do have a whole bunch of myth units, it can be very, very good. So there could be an idea here for either like mass Sphinx, so to speak, from Yoshii, or he could be doing some sort of 2 town center fast mythic or fast heroic. Lots of different options where that's possible. But Shelty at this point, he's going through Hermes a little bit later. A bit surprised to see the later advance, but sometimes going later to the classical age does actually give you a bit of an advantage to some degree. Now, getting a second town center up faster, if you advance at 402, while you get less resources at 402 over the, basically in the end of the thing, when you hit your goal, which is basically getting 80 villages, you will have netted more resources with the faster town center. But at this point, right at this moment here, Shelty's got more resources. So it does make some sense going for that. It does make some sense going for that later advance, even though, yeah, you just have to be thinking about exactly what your goal is and what you want. So at this moment, Shelty just wants a little bit more resources, maybe wants an upgrade or something a little bit early. So he's got hand axe here. So it makes a lot of sense where that's concerned, that he's gone for that later advance because of that specific variation there. Now, this is a different strategy. Actually, no, Shelty did go for Ares and go for a 2 town center Cyclops, but he went for Hermes this time, getting himself the second town center. He's going to be able to potentially get that 3rd town center as well, depending on which way he wants to go. And not only that, because he's done this, because the Sphinx are out, this means that Shelty is feeling as though he can't really send his Hippolyta forward to harass these villagers on this food. So while Yoshii is kind of getting away with it here, on the food, he's also kind of put the pressure on to Shelty to say, you know what? Not today. You're not allowed, or you're not going to be able to harass my food like you might think you are, because I can just grab it, because you have to defend against the Sphinx harassing you. Now, it's not 100% true. You can kind of defend against the Sphinx in other ways, but Yoshii going to be happy here. Shelty going to be sad. Shelty dropping himself the stables up here. Not going for a 3rd town center straight away. I would say this is ever so slightly off meta. There is definitely a strategy with Poseidon versus Ra, which is 2 town center, spam out the cavalry. But normally it's a 3 town center is kind of what most players are thinking is the more safe option. But we'll see if this is going to work out for Shelty in this one or not here, as the spearmen are going to be searching around for the time being, searching for something to find here, as pickaxe is coming through as well at this point now for Shelty, as the booming is starting to come out. And this is, honestly, this is something that I've been thinking about quite a bit as well for Ra, especially against Poseidon, Hades, and maybe even against Zeus as well. The idea of making these spearmen, this is not for anything in particular. This is for something in particular. This is for something very specific, but it's not just, I'm just making units for the sake of it. The point here that Yoshii is trying to make is, one, he wants to push off of Hunt. So he's going to prevent the Poseidon player from hunting here. But more importantly, he's going to be attempting to prevent walls from going up. And I think that the way to really maximize this strategy from the Egyptian side is to kind of role play a little bit like you're playing Greek. Get in, wall the Greek player in, send your villagers forward, put walls up here, get this position walled off while you're harassing around with your spearmen, taking villagers out, preventing the Greek player from getting in, getting those walls up. I think this is a great strategy from Yoshii, but Shelty at this point, he is defending it very, very well here, as Yoshii needs to retreat back. The cavalry are still coming out en masse. At the moment, Hippocon versus spearmen unupgraded. It's kind of advantage Hippocon here, if we're absolutely honest. You need to get the upgrade for those spearmen to be winning against the Hippocon. We do see a 3rd town center coming up as well for Yoshii, so he's more so just playing it slow and just taking a very, very boomy route here, ensuring he doesn't get walled in while booming. So we'll see how things are going to go, as the Theseus starting to push in, trying to take out the priest over here as the spearmen going to come through. But this is a good raid by Shelty. Not going to quite be able to pick that priest off, as the spearmen are already in that defensive position. 3rd town center now up for Yoshii. Shaft mine would be a good upgrade as well, as we do see that Shelty gets it, but a great upgrade for Yoshii to consider would be that shaft mine, because he's gone through baths. He's going to need that extra gold to get those farms up, but obviously not that much of a rush to get it, as we do see the priest coming forward, going to attempt to harass that center ever so slightly, gets a shank off, but not going to quite be able to pick that one off there, as the spearmen pick off all those Hippocon, and he's going to be sending Shelty packing at the moment, as Shelty looking to push forward here as well to take down some villagers. And we'll see how things are going to go, as the barracks coming up on this position. Yoshii getting up 2 barracks where that's concerned, as the spearmen going to get taken down there. And Shelty here looking to push over on this spot, but Yoshi's already retreated back. And will we see these spearmen sneaking through here without being spotted? I think he got through. I don't... oh, no, he spotted it. He spotted it. He's like, oh, did he spot it? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I got no idea. Hippocon retreating back. This is one of the things, though. This is one of the things. Like, Ra Spearman against Hippocon, you have... The Spearmen move at 5.0 speed. The Hippocon move at 5.5 speed. The Toxos move at 4.0 speed. You can't chase the Spearmen around here, right? Without anything but the Hippocon. So raiding there, it makes a lot of sense. But we do see the villagers over here. Great raid from Shelty. Picks off one villager. Going after two villagers here. Can almost get another one as the villager's going to dive into the town center for the time being. But Skin of the Rhino coming in. A little bit late on that one for Yoshii to help him in that raid. But Hathor has already clicked up. The Spearman is still searching around for the time being. We do see Shelty starting to look forward to take some to put some pressure onto Yoshi's units here, and he will catch these ones out as Yoshii does retreat back. But Shelty has literally 3 different control groups at the moment of units just harassing all over the place. Yoshii is getting sent packing. Obviously, Shelty at this point, 130 population. He's not going to the heroic age. Yoshii needs to be thinking about defense and not offense at this point as his unit's getting targeted down. But there is a tower over here to help out for the time being, as the Spearmen are going to pull back here. Toxotes, Hippocon, putting pressure on villagers. Finish up on this chicken, but probably should move back and finish off these cows, start thinking about farms. Yoshii does have a little bit of a problem here in terms of his gold income, though he does have this gold mine over here pumping. Could potentially, I would love to see a Migdol stronghold get thrown up here. This would be absolute peak Yoshii, peak Ra shenanigans. Migdol up in the face of the Poseidon player, always a good idea. As we do see the Pharaoh looking up onto this spot, potentially a shifting sands here could be his idea. But we'll see what's going to happen where that's concerned. As more Spearmen getting taken down, as Aphrodite now coming through for Shelty. He's also getting himself that 3rd town center up, getting everything through as best as he can, as the Hierarcho Sphinx are now in. But the Pharaoh getting taken down, that's a big deal there. That one's going to be getting taken out. It looks like not going to quite make the town center. It does get the town center there with 1 HP roughly. As the Sphinx going to be searching around looking for some sort of villagers to kill, hitting this gold mine. There's also Locust remaining. Locust is one of those god powers, you know. You got to be aware. I love this building positioning from Yoshii. This is something I think that everyone should do a whole lot more. If you're not going to farm on your front town center, which most of the time I would say don't do that. Don't need to farm where that's concerned, as the Sphinx do spot this location here. Not yet going to be dropping that Locust, as he does throw it down there, picking up a handful of villages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 villages down as the village is getting chased away. Meanwhile, on this position, we do see the Hippocon going to be targeting this one down. There is a curse available here for Shelty. He can use this to have a big advantage. Does drop that one down. Unfortunately for Shelty, he's actually taking a lot of damage from those slingers, but he's not retreating back. The Hippocon are going to be able to take out those slingers nice and quickly where that's concerned. We do see some mercenary cavalry coming out as the Psukolos going to be helping here as well. Nemean Lion coming through here. 120 population for Yoshii to 125 population for Shelty. Shelty also going to be getting himself the heavy cavalry while this is all going on. A little bit short on the gold now because those Sphinx are getting some good damage. I would love to see Atlanta out as soon as possible for Shelty to deal with that one, as it does look like the town center here is going to be getting cleaned up. Meanwhile, over here, the Sphinx still searching for villages to take out here. Yoshii, while losing this town center, it's not the end of the game here. He does have himself up that Migdol stronghold, and I'd love to see some cavalry getting built here. One of the kind of weird compositions for Ra, but a very strong composition is Spearman cavalry at this point in the game. If you get yourself enough Spearmen, you get yourself the cavalry, you can actually take out those Toxotes nice and easily with those cavalry, while the Spearmen can easily tank the Hippocon, and the cavalry actually do a decent amount of damage to the Hippocon as well. As another Migdol stronghold getting thrown up on this position. Yoshii retreating back here. Can Yoshii hold is the big question where that's concerned, as the Shelty unit's going to be pulling back. Yoshii is spread out nicely over here. Does he have himself the sharp mine? Still no sharp mine. I can't stress this one enough. In Age of Mythology of the Titans, sharp mine on Egyptian is worth so many resources or potential resources. It increases your income on gold by something in the vicinity of 20%. I think it's 20%. Someone correct me on that one. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, Slinger's getting this damage done onto these Toxotes here, but he doesn't have enough. He's trying to make those chariot archers now as well as Yoshii pulls back. The villagers pulling back as well. They've been harassed all the way back off of that front there. And Yoshii is now in a box. He's got this one gold mine remaining. Shelty can kind of just push in. He snipes the Pharaoh down as well. Great snipe there from Shelty as Yoshii here. What more can he do? He's getting himself fortified town centers. This is a really good way to find a sneaky advantage when you lose a town center or if you're playing in a 2 versus 3 town center position, because you know your opponent most of the time has spent, well, I mean, generally it's like if your opponent rushes 3 town centers up, they don't have the resources to get fortified town centers, whereas you don't have a town center to get up, you can just get fortified town centers. 140 pop versus 145 pop is pretty good. But at this moment here, Shelty, he is just putting so much pressure on, and Yoshii has got no population. He's got himself 80 villagers, so 50 population here to play with at the moment in terms of military. He's got the Sphinx harassing around here, causing lots and lots of problems for Shelty. But Shelty at the moment is 72 villagers, 3 town centers. He can easily just produce the villagers back out as they die. It's not a big deal. And we do see the Sphinx getting closer and closer to falling here. But with fortified town centers coming in, Sacred Cat's coming in as well, farms starting to come through, Yoshii will have access to a rain here very, very shortly, as the cavalry going to get the damage done onto these slingers here, pulling back into this position. And Artemis is now clicked up by Shelty. And what is good about Artemis here? Well, one, he's going to be able to earthquake this position if he wants to. But this is only 2,500 gold, not that important. 2, he could just earthquake the home base and try and kill off a town center. That's always good. But I think pushing off this gold mine, walls coming up all over the place here as well, but pushing off a gold mine and causing a lot of problems is going to be a great way to play. We do see the cavalry now out for Yoshii. But, I mean, is it too little too late? Cavalry, if you see a whole bunch going for a raid, you can just build yourself a handful of Prodromus. And Horus, the god of choice for Yoshii, he's going to be kicking himself a little bit here. This town center with 4 stables around it. Not only do you not kill the town center here if you click Tornado, but also you kill off 2 stables roughly, 3 stables maybe, and give your opponent a bunch of militia. So it's like you can't Tornado that, so where do you Tornado? Potentially you have to hold it for a Titan is kind of the only other option remaining as the raid does hit those villagers over here. And Shelty, though, he doesn't care. He's like, I can fight underneath 2 Migdols. That's not a problem here. Does he have himself copper shields? He's got himself copper shield as well, so that's going to be helping him out. Plus, these are Hippocon that have already got decent HP and pierce armor, considering that they are a base unit there. As the villagers getting pushed back off of this gold mine, Yoshii is in a very, very trying position here at the moment. The villagers pulling back away here. Farms coming down. There is still that option for a rain as Artemis is about to hit. Earthquake is about to hit here. Will Shelty drop that rain in? Doesn't get it off in time as the town center going to go down. It does go down and the Migdol goes down. Earthquake is such a strong god power, ladies and gentlemen. Such a strong god power. But Quarry, fortified town center is also coming through for Shelty as the heavy cavalry going to be coming in here as well. As the Migdol stronghold going to be getting finished off. We do see the cavalry going to take out this position here. Chimera looking to put some pressure on, as well as the Atlanta comes through to deal with that one. And unfortunately, we do get a dropout here. And I have been notified this game was restored, and basically Yoshii resigned in about a minute. So they didn't even bother sending me the remainder of this game. Shelty takes this one as Yoshii 1 town center to 4 town centers in complete command here. And Yoshii here does end up losing this one. Shelty up 2-0 in this finals, in this grand finals. If Shelty wins here, Yoshii's still got another set to play. Yes, I'm kind of going for Shelty. Low key here, like in the next series, I don't care who wins. In this series, I want Shelty to win because I want to see the bracket reset. I want to see the second series of the grand finals. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.